Speaking of what's new, he had a comment about Sweden that I think a lot of people are still trying to figure out. Let's listen to this one.
You look at what's happening in Germany. You look at what's happening last night in Sweden. Sweden. Who would believe this? Sweden. They took in large numbers. They're having problems like they never thought possible.
Even the former Swedish Prime Minister tweeted out last night, Sweden, terror attack, what has he been smoking, is what he said. Questions abound. What do you make of... Do we know what he was referring to when he was talking about Sweden, Brian?
It could have been a simple slip of the tongue. President Trump says lots of things. Some of them are inaccurate. And in this case, though, it seems to go a step further than a slip of a tongue. The best theory for what he was talking about is a segment on Fox News from Friday night. We know the president consumes lots of cable news, lots of television news coverage. So it seems to be this segment on Fox from Friday night. It was about a documentary filmmaker who has looked at Sweden, who has investigated the refugee situation there. It's a very political film suggesting that refugees are bringing lots of violence and threats to Sweden. So perhaps President Trump saw that segment on Friday and was referring to that being last night because that would have been Friday night. There are challenges throughout Europe with the integration of refugees. We hear about that from time to time. CNN's been covering that. I think, however, what we hear from President Trump and others is a description of that makes it sound perhaps far worse than it actually is. What President Trump did on stage was he cited Nice and Brussels, examples of actual terror attacks that received widespread coverage at the time. Those are not everyday incidents, however. Those are newsworthy because they are rare and they are violent incidents involving terrorists in those countries. So with regards to Sweden, nothing in Sweden from Friday night, but it maybe was that Fox News segment.